Hi, I'm Lee Hodgson and I'm here to discuss the evolution of the vibrato system. And I genuinely believe that this Wilkinson WVS130 vibrato system is the pinnacle of design from the legend that is, the guru that is Trev Wilkinson. It truly is the most evolved of its species, shall we say. And you don't have to just trust my professional judgment. I'll show you on screen using a tuner that it's, if not perfect, although sometimes it is perfect, but it's near imperfection, which is good enough for me as a professional. And also, I'm an amateur. I love what I'm doing. So whether you're a pro guitarist or an amateur guitarist, or you're a tech working for either of the above, then bear with me please, because this is remarkable. What's so remarkable? It keeps the guitar in tune. Am I suggesting or stating that guitars go out of tune with other vibrato systems? Yes, I'm sure you know that. Is it acceptable for the guitar to drift out of tune, for you to have problems when you should be getting on with the music? No, it isn't. It's unacceptable to you and any producers or band leaders that you might work for, or people you might jam with. Being out of tune is just horrendous, isn't it? Why have people been putting up with it for years? Well, Trev knows about this and he's found a solution, as he always does. His knowledge of the mechanics and the engineering is peerless. Okay, so may I remind you, this is the Wilkinson WVS130, which is available in a basic form, the WVS130, and you can buy these locking saddles separately. They're locking saddles, so we have the inventively titled WLS, Wilkinson locking saddles. They're available separately. And also there's this convertible arm, which would make this the WVS130CV. And to state the obvious, I'm using my own guitar here, which is the Wilkinson LH limited edition. I'm Lee Hodgson, so the LH is for me. Trev kindly made this, serial number 001. So I've got the fully loaded WVS130CV with the locking saddles. But I should reiterate that these items are available separately, should you wish to install, let's say, the locking saddles on your own vibrato system. Speaking of which, what's there to say about locking saddles? They're saddles that lock. But seriously, slippage and or friction is the problem. It's the enemy of tuning stability. So what else is there to say other than it eliminates slippage and friction? Okay, I'll demonstrate it shortly. The convertible arm I will discuss a little bit later, and incidentally I've done some separate videos where there's no talking, just me playing a guitar, so you can check those out at your leisure. But this is a product demo, so without any further ado, let me double check my tuning. I'm in my office come studio here, and the temperature's changing. Don't forget, this is a lump of wood. Much as I love it, it's a lump of wood with metal strings on it, so ambient temperature changes will affect it. But I should also state, in case you didn't already know, that it is said that the human ear cannot discern anything less than 3 hertz, anything less than 3 cycles per second. So if you see something or hear something that's 1 or 2 cycles out, the human ear just can't discern it. Even if you've got a great ear, a golden ear as they may call it. So bear that in mind. This here, as you can probably tell, jumping around at the moment without me even playing, it says 0 cents, that means it's settled. But if it moves by 1 or 2 cents, it's beyond the capability of human hearing to discern that. Okay, without any further ado, there's a G. Okay, so let me just double check that. I'm hitting a harmonic to make it nice and pure. Right, that's pretty much spot on. Okay, so watch. Fairly extreme vibrato use. I didn't nudge anything. I didn't tweak anything. Look at that. And of course, other strings, the D string. Let me just double check that. Okay. Right. Whammy use. No nudging. No nudging, no having to pull the strings. The B string. Look at that, no nudging, no pulling. That's near perfection. Now would be a good time to mention the convertible arm. Now, it's locked, it's parked. You don't have to worry about it, it's just there, it's locked. Look at that. Okay, let me just double check because the room temperature's changing all the time, even by just a few degrees. So there's the Nota V. Now watch this, unlocked. That's near perfection. So that's in its unlocked state. Works as vibrato. Once again, in its locked position, unlocked position, and just listen to it. Listen with your ears, not your eyes. Locked, unlocked, locked, unlocked. I'm quite certain that your ear won't hear any difference, which is what we want. And so, what's the big deal? What's so remarkable? What's the user benefit? Well, it's locked. May I remind you, I'm currently discussing the convertible part, the convertible arm, as in the Wilkinson WVS130 convertible, or CV for short. So, how does it work? Well, when it's not in use, it's not in use, just forget about it, get on with the playing. And to be clear, for example, playing the Nota V, if you try this on any other guitar equipped with a vibrato, it will fail, I guarantee you. So, there's the Nota V. Now, if I bend the third string up by a tone, and if I hold the bend, but only play the second string, look at that, near perfect. No other vibrato system generates that. So what's the big deal? It keeps you in tune. Here's another acid test. If I hit the open A string, the frequency of 110, okay, now, again, other vibrato systems cannot even approach this level of stability. So, there's the A string. Bend the third string up by a tone. I'm physically going to bend down towards the floor. Watch. Okay, it moved by a few cents. It's negligible. Most guitars would be going like that. Most guitars will be dropping by 20, 30, 40, 50 cents or more. Once again, the A string. So I'm bending the third, what am I doing? I'm bending the third string down by a tone. Look, that's better. It's near perfection. So, just to repeat, if you're doing unison bends, let's say on the third and second string, don't forget that equal temperament, which we use in Western culture, is far from perfect. That's another story. I'm using equal temperament, of course. And of course the top string, if we bend the B string, it's barely moving. So what's the big deal? It stays in tune when it's locked. What am I doing to keep it locked? Nothing, just get on with my playing. I want to get on with the playing. This is a product demo, so I need to discuss things, but when I'm recording, when I'm playing on a gig, be it a professional gig or a jam session, I don't want to be worried about these things. I just want it to work, and I'm sure you do too. You just want things to stay in tune. So, stays in tune. Locked, unlocked, locked, unlocked. Use your ear or ears. Locked, unlocked. You can use your eyes if you want, but trust your ear. Unlocked, locked, unlocked, locked. It's the same, it's perfectly in tune. What's so remarkable about that? Other systems don't do that. I'm using Logic X here as a basic sound. I don't have access to any distortion at the moment, but the point I wish to make is, not only is it subtle, but there's no noise. I'm going to stop talking here. Now listen to the complete and utter absence of any handling noise. That's probably best demonstrated if I stop the string sounding. I can hear the faint ticking of my clock there, but seriously, no clonking, no plateau, zero noise. So whether it's subtle manipulation or quite extreme, zero noise. That's one of the things which Trev Wilkinson was keen for me to draw to your attention. It does subtle, and it does more extreme, and it does controllable. Okay, I'm sure you get the idea. So, right on time, 18:27, I'm gonna wrap up. If you have any questions, please get in touch with Trev Wilkinson. Okay? Oh, before I leave, I nearly forgot. It's currently unbranded, but this, trust me, I'm a professional guitarist. I'm the most evolved form of species on the planet. This is Wilkinson Slipstick. What does it do? It makes the string slippery. And yes, I've used a little bit in there. That's the secret ingredient, which is no longer a secret. Seriously, Wilkinson Slipstick. It's non-greasy. There are other products available which I've tried, but this does the job, as you've just discovered. No noise, no pinging. Did you hear any pinging or knocking? No, there was zero pinging and knocking. And on that non-knocking note, this is Lee Hodgson signing off. Bye.